Hello guys, welcome to our channel. With me as usual Kenny. Hi Kenny.
Hey, Praful, what's happening today?
Today we'll discuss one very fundamental concept, object freeze. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I've heard about it as there is such a thing, and I've heard other libraries that are on top of JavaScript, like Immutable or something like that, which does this, but not very sure about the actual reasoning behind it.
Okay, let's dive into that. Object freeze is very important concept, and which is you can see a lot of open source code as well. And most of the intermediate to experienced user try to use it wherever it is possible. As you rightly coined, the concept of mutability and immutability. Let us touch about the mutability in terms of JavaScript. Like if you define an object and if you can able to change that value, then it is a mutability concept, mutable. That means you can change that properties, right?
Yeah.
Immutability means if you define an object, you can't change it. It is a kind of constant, like string, number, these are the inherently immutable. So once you can assign this a valued variable, but that address location, the actual physical attributes you cannot change. Immutability means once you define, you cannot change it. But wherever inside JavaScript, like object, array, even though you define using a constant keyword, so you can change the property. You can add some new attributes. You can modify attributes. You can change value. Anything you can do that. So there is no direct way where you can define a constant object.
Okay. So you're saying for primitive types, we do not need to worry about this, because if you're saying constant and giving a variable, then it will not change. But for other types like objects and arrays, we have to be careful because they can change, right?
Yes. So if you see, we define a object like employee, we have name and address, right? So if you see this employee, we are using the constant keyword, but we can change this name property to Steve, to Praful or Kenny. So that is possible. So you may be surprised that I am intentionally made it constant, but how come it is able to modify it, right?
Yes.
But the constant keyword also has usefulness. Like if you constant employee, you can't assign reassign a completely new object. That is not possible. But individually attribute you can add like name, or you can add some new attribute like as, or you can do any kind of manipulation on top of that.
Okay, so it's like that object reference cannot be changed, and so you cannot reassign a different object reference, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But sometimes you do require the features, right? Because what happened, usually I see some example. Let's say you are created one main program which is little lengthy, and you are calling different functions. And once you pass an object, right, there may be a potential that the object can be changed in some other inside an internal function, and it will be reflected all over the places. The original method call also will get the updated value.
Yeah, that will lead to messy confusions, right?
Yeah, so that is not advisable, but I see many programmers do that just to do it quickly or easily. But that will cause lots of unknown issues, like you lose track of it, where you modified, where you assign the value or change the property or remove the property, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so if you want to freeze the changing of the property inside an object, you can use object.freeze and pass that object. That is exactly the reason that this freeze is being used. So you got it, right? If you pass an object like employee inside this object.freeze, so the property we cannot change, like that employee.name we can't change to Kenny. That will throw an error.
Got it. Yeah.
Or there are two possibilities here. Either it will complain that silently it will fail or do nothing, or it will throw a type error in a strict mode.
Okay.
So in a JavaScript, the concept known as failing silently.
Yeah, I think that this strict mode is like a string that you mentioned in the beginning of the code or something like that, right?
Yes, use strict.
Okay.
Yeah. But also there is a catch over here inside the freeze method. If you see there is another object, we define address. Even though you freeze this employee object, but if you try to change this employee.address or city to London, to let's say some other city like Kerala or Kochi, so you can change it.
Yeah, within the nested object, you are able to make any changes.
Yeah, but this seems to be funny, right? Because I want this object to be freeze, so I under assumption that all the structure I given that it should be freeze or constant. But still,
Yeah,
the nested object internally it is allowing to modify it.
yeah, true.
So this concept on a cello freezing. Because of the complexity of the deep freezing, if you want to do, you have to write your own programming. I'll show one sample example where you can do deep freezing. Or there are some different utility like Lodas or underscore. They provide some kind of utility classes to deep freezing. The exactly same concept apply to cloning as well. So JavaScript by default, we can clone using, cello cloning. That means only attribute would be cloned. But if you want to clone this nested object, then you have to do deep cloning, which is not available as part of JavaScript by standard.
Okay.
Because it may go into the infinite loop or it may get complicated to do this kind of deep cloning or deep freezing. Okay.
So it's like JavaScript is telling you have to know what you're doing when you're getting into these things.
Yes. Because if there may be some self-referencing, the address, inside the address, you can define like employee or some kind of width you can do. So that may go into infinite looping kind of concept.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So let's try to see some example here. Here we define employee with name and address attributes. And if you print it, we can see this in the right-hand side. And if you try to change this name, see if your name is changed to Praful. Right, even though we define a constant, we can able to change this name property here, strip to anything. But let's say if you do freeze, after that, if you try to print, nothing will happen. If you try to assign this name to Kenny, see it is failing silently.
No error is coming.
But if you see this employee, it is still referring to Praful. It didn't change to Kenny.
Yeah.
So failing silently. I'm not sure whether it will work this use strict mode or not. Let us try.
I think that entire has to be a string.
Yeah, is it like that? I'm not sure about it.
One single string.
Yeah, you are correct, Kenny. So used to, I think this semicolon is not needed. Optional anyway. So in this case, like cannot assign read-only property name of an object. It is not very meaningful, but it is complaining about this.
Yeah.
Right. Now let's get rid of it. Now, if you try to change this city London to Sydney, this is allowing you to change the Sydney values. See, now city becomes Sydney. Even though we've frozen this object, this is still causing that, So we can, I think,
sub object, right? That address is another separate object, and that is not automatically frozen by default, right?
Yeah. So if we can prod this one, then city it doesn't change. City is still London.
Okay.
So individually, if you use any object inside it, so we have to freeze it by itself.
Got it. Okay.
Now I'll show this. This is having very good documentation in MDM. I usually refer, this is my go-to guide, like what are the difference? Same thing we discussed today.
Yeah.
And it talk about cello freezing. And this is the example it give recursion, a deep freezing. See, it is calling this, if it is type of object again, so it is calling this function again and again.
Okay.
It is a
Okay.
normal
So
object, it
recursively.
is freezing it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So if you really want to do deep freezing, you can implement it, but you can put some additional events checks just to safeguard into some infinite loop or some weird scenario.
What about libraries that are doing similar ideas? Is that also doing like same code underneath?
Yeah, we'll see some one of the examples someday, but it is doing almost same. It may be doing some additional safeguards, some checks, but it is under the whole recursive call and doing the freezing itself.
Got it.
So hope this is a short video today, Kenny. Hope you like it.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept, and I just want to ask you. I mean, you are familiar with Java, right? How does this relate to Java? Is there some kind of a freeze in Java?
Java, I think if you use final, it is not possible to change it internally.
Okay. Okay.
Final keyword.
Great. Got it.
But that is my gut feeling. That's how I would believe, because there is no concept of cello freezing, cello copying concept.
Yeah, I think similarly in Kotlin there is a val keyword, and that is like considered as a final option. So
Yes, yes.
I think that is the way it goes. Yeah, Praful, great topic.
Yeah, thanks. Hope you guys learned something today. Have a good day ahead. Bye-bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye.